All right, welcome back to my shop. Today we're going to introduce the roping index head that I've developed. What we have over here is we have an indexing head that hooks right onto Legacy's headstock. If I pull the pin, I can actually move my index, and what I've got right now a 6-start index on here. 1, 2, 3. The whole thing will move and lock in place. Okay. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this for indexing our parts so that every time we rope it, we're going to start from the same place. What we're going to do is I have my stop set here and the carriage is locked in right at that point. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this roping bit down and actually touch the unit and then index all the way around. From that point then we're going to advance and I'm going to show you how we're going to work. So you can actually pause it if you want for a second, Danny. Okay, what I just did was I took each index and dropped my router bit right on top of where we want our roping to be. So all the way around. I went all the way 6. 1, 2, 3, and so on, all the way around the indexing head. Now what we're going to do is I've got my Legacy set up for my pitch and my cut. So I'm going to drop this down and I'm going to make it a little smaller so there's my stop. So this is the distance we're covering right here. So there we go. I made my first rope. I'm going to bring it back so it touches here, and I'm going to advance my indexing head to almost a starting point. And you can see as we're rotating around. Now, since I started with the index going straight up, that's where this is going to be my identifier. So when this pin gets close to the top, I'm going to stop. Okay, now I'm not quite up to the top right now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to advance my spindle until this actually falls in. Now it just fell in. Now if I come back down, I can see that my mark is almost, I'm off. There we go, boom. So now you can see that my identifier, that's the reason why I mark it at the very beginning, so I know exactly where I'm at. So this carriage is not quite, I'm going to back it up a hair. And this is exactly where we want to be. I'm going to index it to the next step. And you can see that just by identifier, that's exactly where we want to be. So now I'm going to, since it's locked, we're set here, I'm going to run it again. I bring it back to the beginning. Again, now I'm going to rotate my pin until it gets close to the top, and I'm going to repeat the process again. The reason why we're doing this is because I want to be able to get a uniformed rope. If I engage and disengage and try to measure my distance, it gets to be a bit confusing. Not that it doesn't work, but I find that this is a little bit more easier for me to pay attention to. Again, here's the center point, and we're going to stop right there. Our carriage is back where I need it to be, and I'm going to advance it until the gears just fall in. I can bring it back down and see exactly where we were at the beginning of the next cut. So now I can actually take the index and move to the next one. Like I said, this is a 6-set indexing head. We're going to do it 6 times. This is the 3rd time. So I've got 3 different indexing heads plates that I've made. Each one's the same. There's a 4-star. There's a 3-star. The idea is that the whole thing is that it's 3 and 4 are what I normally do most of my roping with. The 6 is the first time I've ever done the 6. I'm there. Shut it down and advance again. When this indexing head gets back up to where it is, we're going to repeat it for the 5th time. And you can see each one of my roping are identical. It's the same every single time. So we're going to try one more time. Getting there, getting there, getting. Not straight there. Come down. Oh, hey, I got it. Let's double check. And we're in the exact same location we were before. So I'm going to move to the next indexing. Boom, lock it in place. Start it. Make sure everything's where we want it. Run it again. Now what's neat about this, I can go any pitch, any size, everything is going to be the same. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. The router bit profile will change according to the size I get, but it doesn't matter if I'm working on a 1/2 inch spindle or if I'm working on a 1 1/2 or 2. It's identical every single time. Done. Back here. And advance it one more time. And again, this is my center point. When it gets to be, the head gets to be about right here where we want it, I'm going to stop and double check. As long as this carriage is right against my stop where I set it, this stop doesn't change. We're going to repeat the same process over and over until we've got a rope the way that we want it to. And again, that's almost the top. So I'll check. And I got it. So I go down one more time. Verify I'm in the exact same spot. And index to the next head. Again, run it. And one more, and we'll do all 6 ropes. And we're running close to being done. Again, right here, see that pin there comes up to right at the top. We'll be again, this is a reference point. It's nothing more. As long as it's close to the top, which is about there, I'm going to come back here and, of course, and you know what? I got exactly again that time. Never happens that often. But you can see that I'm exactly in the same spot I was. So, one last, and this is the last one, locks in place. Good. You can see that each one of these indexes is exactly, for the roping purposes, are exactly identical. Okay? And each one stops and starts, and everything's uniformed. All right? This is a simple design that trying to make a better mousetrap, more or less. Again, if I want a 4 start, there's my plate for 4. Here's my plate for 3. The plates themselves, you can have an indexing screw and it just holds the plate in place. The legacy drive hubs will fit right in to the gear itself so that it holds it in place. The pin, again, this pin here we'll get it up to the top and I'll show you. And you can see that by simple, this pin gets pulled out and we can index it. The screw, the center screw, is nothing more than a fulcrum. It just goes straight in and I can change however I want. Just as easy as putting a screw in, getting it so it just touches. We're done. Okay. Again, this is a new indexing system that I've developed, and so far I'm very, very happy with it. I hope you have a good day, and if you have any questions, please contact me and let me know what you think. Thank you.